And with me now is John Pate and also Rob Cushman. They are very interesting individuals that have been involved on a volunteer basis and as the warden of Allendale Correctional Institution, and with a program called the Character Education Program and many other programs that really are out to restore inmates that are incarcerated. We say that when you go to an institution, you're really not there to be punished, because the punishment is loss of freedom and loss of privacy, but to really restore your soul and restore your identity, so that when you come out of prison, and 95 to 99% actually come back to communities.
Not only to restore, because some never had it to begin with.
No, some never had it to begin
from
with.
the beginning.
Right. So, Rob, you've been a volunteer since 2013. John, you've been at corrections and now retired over 30 years.
Yes.
So we're specifically talking today about the Character Education Program, which Allendale, in its heyday, before COVID hit, was a model for the rest of the prison system.
Yes, and actually identified as the character institution for the South Carolina Department of Corrections.
Right. What did it entail? What did it entail, just briefly? I know, just give me the brief.
Becoming that, or?
Just becoming that, but then it involved a commitment from the inmates to behave a certain way, involved programs.
Oh, yes. When I was fortunate to work my way up at Allendale and became the warden in 2010, and I wanted to do something different, and I felt that I would be derelict if I kept a man for so many years of his life and didn't do something to change his behavior. So I wanted to develop programs and bring in programs that would develop a man's character. I went to Perry Correctional Institution and actually sent a group of Allendale inmates to Perry Correctional Institution, because then Warden Mike McCall had a character program at Perry Correctional Institution. I saw what he was doing, I saw the change it was making, and I wanted to bring that back to Allendale. And then the 10-year task began.
Right.
Developing a program, selecting the right inmate leaders, finding the great volunteers to come on board and help with those programs.
Right. So let's kind of jump forward. COVID, of course, it became quite successful. Inmates, left and had successful lives after, because of what they learned.
Yes.
And how they changed, if you will. And now we're in this phase of COVID. No volunteers were allowed in the prison system. And so in 2023, volunteers were allowed back in, like Rob Cushman, to restart, if you will, or you'd use the term reboot, the Character Education Program. And actually in February, there's going to be a celebration, kind of a commitment ceremony to reboot. You want to talk a little bit about it, Rob? We have about a minute and a half left.
Okay. During the 10-year period, we developed a group of liaisons and inmates who were committed to the character program. When we talk about programs, we probably have two definitions of that. One is 25 programs: beekeeping, pottery, art, GED programs, everything. But there's another definition of character program, and that is the character program. In other words, a commitment by the men. They sign a contract, they live by the contract, and if they don't live by that contract, they're going to transfer to another prison or outside of the buildings which we consider character. During COVID, everything was basically, I don't know if I want to use the word destroyed, but no volunteers could come in, and no people who broke the rules could be moved out. And therefore, we have to start over.
And so it involves volunteers, it involves the leadership, And it involves the inmates, again, signing.
I call that the three-legged stool.
Right.
We have the programs, but you can't get the programs in without a willing staff and agency, willing volunteers, and willing inmates to be part of that program.
Well, it's very, very important,
Yeah.
again, because these individuals are be coming back to our communities, and we
Yes.
want them to be prepared.
Yes, you don't want the same man
No.
that came to prison to be the man that returns to. You want a better person, and that's our goal.
Thank you so much for your service and your continuing service, and we'll have, I know, a wonderful celebration in February.
Thank you.
Thank you, Robyn.
And that's a wrap for this edition of the WHHI Daily News. I'm Robyn Zimmerman. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Remember to stay safe and healthy, everyone. Bye-bye.